Hello everyone, Taylorson here, and welcome to Stage 14 of our Tour de France playthrough on the Tour de France 2026 game, and we finally got a mountain stage, a proper mountain stage, with a summit finish. Entering the stage, the general classification looks like this. Tadej Pogacar leads the way 13 seconds ahead of Juan Ayuso in second. Remco Evenepoel sits 1 minute behind the Lidl-Trek man, with Jonas Vingegaard in fourth at over 2 minutes. Those gaps will probably change on today's stage, beginning in Mulhouse and ending up on La Markstein, the first semi-proper summit finish, because there is a brief plateau at the top of the climb, but gaps will be decided here for sure.
Welcome everybody. Today the riders will climb multiple well-known passes in the Vosges Mountains, but the main attraction of the stage will be the final ascent, the Col du Havre. This is a new climb for the Tour de France route, and because of its length and gradient, it could well set the stage for an interesting battle between the riders vying for the overall classification.
After Tom Schoens won from the breakaway on the previous episode, we've decided to put 2 riders into the early move today instead of just the one. It's Matthias Skjelmose and Carlos Verona up the road, but with Skjelmose we're looking at getting King of the Mountain points because there are so many climbs on this route, and we can gain more on our competitors in the King of the Mountains classification, and it looks like we're going to do so early on by winning the first climb of the day fairly easily, so that is a good and promising sign ahead of the next couple of climbs. 3 kilometers until the next climb is summited, and the rest of the breakaway is pretty good, so I was surprised that I got it so easily on that first climb. The likes of Michael Storer, Kian Uijtebroeks is in here, Tobias Harland Johannesson, Guillaume Martin, Lennart van Eetvelt. Lots of good climbers. No real GC threats. I'm thinking the likes of Lipovitz yet in these breakaways, which is good for us because it means that we can go clear on climbs like this and try to take maximum points. But there's also plenty of flat engines in this move. The likes of Mike Turnesson's up here, Jasper Stuyven was dropped earlier on, and Jonas Abrahamsson is still in this group. So Uno X with 2 very good riders. Carlos Verona giving us a little bit of a lead out for this climb, and then we're going to attack and try and get a little bit of a gap on Guillaume Martin. He's sticking to the wheel, but hopefully we've got enough red to clear him away, and indeed we do, taking 5 more points with Matthias Skjelmose. The midpoint of the stage is upon us, and the gap is over 5 minutes to the peloton, so it looks like it might just be another breakaway stage win, but Guillaume Martin has decided to attack from afar for this King of the Mountains point, which is kind of forcing the pace upon us to go and chase him down and drag the rest of the group along with us. We've dropped Verona, who should be able to get back over the top of the climb. I will control him on the descent to make sure that happens, but we are trying to chase down Guillaume Martin, who might just have enough to get over this climb, but we're going to attack across with the little red that we have. It's whether he's got any red left, and it looks like he has, but he has tied up towards the line, and we take 10 points. That could be a massive 10 points for Matthias Skjelmose's King of the Mountains jersey, just about beating Guillaume Martin on the line. So maybe a bit lucky, but we need luck to win the stage. Interestingly enough, in this breakaway, we've got 2 Jacob Alula riders in Luke Plapp and Mauro Schmid that was so good in the real-life stage yesterday, but we're approaching the intermediate sprint now, and we're going to go for this with Verona. Why? I've got no idea. But we've come to the front with the Spaniard. Is anyone going to want to sprint for this? The likes of Schmid and Plapp. And indeed they do. We are sticking to the wheels, and it looks like we're not going to get anywhere near this. Fair enough, we give it a try with Verona, I guess, but looking forward to the climb, I'm thinking Egan Bernal might be one of our biggest rivals in this breakaway for Ineos, along with all of the rest of the very good climbers. We're almost at the top of the penultimate climb and we're attacking Forking the Mountains points again. We've gone a little bit later this time and are hoping to go all out to the top, and indeed we do with Skjelmose. It's only 5 points for a Category 2, but we're going to try and take every point we can possibly get, including this last climb. This final climb has been very difficult, and Matthias Skjelmose has been the one driving it on. We've just left him to go and pace on 110% relay so that he can put the rest of the breakaway into the red. That's what he's done so far, and he has 3 minutes of a gap with 8 kilometers to go from where we are in the peloton, controlling Juan Ayuso, and it's a peloton that has been vastly reduced by Paul Seixas' Decathlon CMA CGM teammates, and at the moment, they've still got a couple of riders left. The likes of Riccitello in this group, Del Toro is there as a domestique for Pogacar, Hindley and Lipovitz are there as well, and they might be needed now that Jonas Vingegaard has gone on the attack off the front and has got a large gap already. We're going to do a little bit of chasing because we're in direct competition with him, but this is concerning for the GC group. And over the top of the final climb, Skjelmose takes the 20 points, and it's still 3 riders at the front, Skjelmose, Johannesson and Guillaume Martin, but this peloton is not reacting to Jonas Vingegaard, the second best rider at this tour in terms of mountain climbing, and Pogacar now is reacting. He's heard the call from me and has decided to go on the attack. We need to be on that wheel as soon as possible, and indeed we are. Nobody else is, and once again, it is just the yellow jersey and the white jersey in a group, but this time we are chasing Jonas Vingegaard. My favourite kind of stages in real life, a breakaway going up the road for the stage win and a GC battle going on behind. We've got 2 races in one, and Guillaume Martin launched a little dig there to try and put the rest of the breakaway into the red. Johannesson was the one that initially responded. Skjelmose took a little bit more time to get to the wheel, but now he's coming to the front. He's got on the radio. He's clearly heard some information about Juan Ayuso following that Pogacar move, and he's going on an attack himself under the Flamme Rouge. One last dig for Skjelmose. It's not going to be him today. Guillaume Martin has followed the wheel. Johannesson has sat at the back, and he's going to try and go around Martin now. In the sprint, Johannesson takes victory. His first World Tour level stage win comes at the Tour de France, but a battle is ensuing behind. It's Tadej Pogacar underneath the 1 kilometre to go banner. Ayuso attacks him. Pogacar's got nothing left. Jonas Vingegaard is in a group ahead of both of those and comes across the line now. Next one will be Ayuso in the white jersey, and there's a little bit of a gap there to the yellow jersey. Paul Seixas, Remco Evenepoel now across the line, and that has been a stage that will likely shuffle the general classification, maybe not in position, but certainly in time to the yellow jersey. If Mr. Tim Soski is watching right now, he will be very, very pleased. Uno X are onto the podium with Tobias Harland Johannesson, his first stage win in a Grand Tour, and he's got not too much time left in this Tour de France to take one in real life, but I think he could do it on the right day. He takes the stage win. Tadej Pogacar remains in the yellow jersey, but we will see what the gap is between him and Ayuso, because I think there was a little bit of a gap from my back wheel to Tadej Pogacar's front wheel across the line. And indeed there was, but I'll go through the breakaway result first. Johannesson takes the stage win ahead of Guillaume Martin in second. Matthias Skjelmose tried for the stage win, but just couldn't have enough in the tank. He takes third place with George Bennett, the last of the breakaway competitors, in front of Jonas Vingegaard, who takes plenty of time on Juan Ayuso and Tadej Pogacar, but Ayuso takes 6 seconds on the yellow jersey to draw himself a little bit closer in that second place. Seixas finishes 9th, 5 seconds behind Tadej Pogacar. Remco on the same time as Seixas, and Carapaz loses more time on the rest of them to be the best of the rest in the general classification. He sits in 6th, Seixas remains 5th, Vingegaard now moves into 4th, 1 minute and 35 seconds down on Tadej Pogacar, just behind Remco Evenepoel at 1 minute 18, and Juan Ayuso at 7 seconds behind Tadej Pogacar. With a mountain stage coming up, I doubt we're going to get past him, but we've given ourselves a damn good chance. But you'll have to wait for the next video to find out whether we can take it to the world champion. Leave a like if you enjoyed this one, subscribe if you are new to not miss any uploads, and stay safe, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.